Another day, another game. Man, I've just been having a really frustrating time with Grimm. I'm trying to make it work. Maybe my deck list isn't the best. I'm not quite sure. I just feel that having the Mega Froslass is really good, but I feel also that not having enough Snowrunts is really painful. So maybe I'm going to add another Snorunt. Also, Grimm isn't going to be the best deck going forward. Unfortunately, the Pokemon company decided to make a bunch of cards that have cool effects, and oh my god, why does it always have to be this shape? I'm just complaining. Am I not? Just a crybaby, god damn it. Yeah, unfortunately the Pokemon company said, hey, we have this very fun deck idea, cool effects and stuff, and then they just print a Patrat. No monkeys. They print a duck. No Dusknoir. They print the Battle Cage. No. Okay, they got the Mewtwo. That's really good. Even though they can one-shot me with the Tarantula, the Mewtwo is good because it has darkness weakness, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, sir. And that's going to be very useful for us. A monkey, a spike. Get out the imp. Do I want to play? I'm just gonna play the Arwen. Got the box. What am I sacrificing actually? A 1, 2, 3. Fine to me. One. I would have really liked to have these cards, but we got the Night Stretchers going. Got the Poffin, we got the Lilies, we got the Spike, we got the Lilies, right, and a tool. I don't want to show them the tool just yet. I'm gonna get out double. No, I'm getting out this. Okay, yeah, that seems fine. Treat into this. Maybe not the best idea, but now I can spread a little damage. What am I saying? I can item lock them in a deck that uses mostly Team Rocket supporters. But, you know, the energies are a problem at times. Okay, that doesn't seem fun, to be honest. Team Rocket's Factory, not really useful right now, to be honest. If we top deck a candy, I'm happy. Okay. Taking it slow, taking it real slow. Going to attach here. No. I want the Snorunt to be... I'm just hoping for candy. I'm hoping for... Nope, no candy. Just pain and agony. Getting out the last to start the whole shenanigans. I mean, I'm just gonna get out another Impidimp, because if they boss not the boss, if they Giovanni me, I can simply candy the other one. Yeah. I mean, if I was them, I would probably boss the Froslass, to be honest, because of all the damage. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, they're raking up their Spite Ups to one-shot my beautiful Grimm. Another Lillies. For sure, for sure. Sometimes it feels as if the opponent has the best deck ever. Wait, what are they doing? What? What? I can simply candy, punch, move damage to this, and we're good to go. Wait. Did they not think this through, or am I missing something? Another monkey? I actually don't know if I want another monkey. Okay, let's see. Let's get our Grimm out. We need to candy. We need to candy here. There's no other way. I'm just gonna take the Diva to thin out the deck now. It doesn't really matter anymore. Candy. Pots. Okay. We are going to get out 3. 1, 2, 3. Continue. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do this. Do this. Yeah, I think we're good to go. That was probably a misplay from their side, because now I can move 20 here. I can move 20 to the Mimikyu. And then I can punch and knock out their spider. Beautiful. All right. Okay. Oh, they conceded. Fair enough. After that play, I'd be pretty angry too. Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm trying to learn Grimm and get better at Grimm. Unfortunately, Grimm is going to get nerfed quite a lot. We do have the Shaymin, which is annoying. We do have the... Okay, so I got the Energy Search for basic energy, 2 Poké Pads, Yveltal for retreat lock. But there's so many decks that don't really... You can't really retreat lock them, so I'm not sure if the Yveltal is actually doing anything, to be honest. Having free retreat is fine, but I just feel that between the Alakazams and the Absol boxes and I don't know, even the funny Venusaur deck stuff that one-shots everything isn't going to have problems, because they can simply one-shot this, one-shot the next thing if they have enough energies, you know. Okay, so I think I'm probably just going to edit the deck, take out the Yveltal to go for a bit more consistency. I'm going to add another Snorunt, so I have 3 of them. Okay, what I was saying is the Patrat is coming out. We can't undo that. Pokemon Company, why? The Patrat is going to make the monkeys less useful. The Shaymin is going to make this attack less useful. I think if you're if you're playing Shaymin and a Patrat in a deck that also uses grass as like for Ogerpon, or let's say you're using some type of box that also has Ogerpon. I was talking about the Meganium stuff. Then what are you doing realistically here? You don't have the Devo anymore. You can punch with this, but you're giving up 3 prizes, and if they have double the energy, that's your loss. You need to use the Shaymin to protect yourself against Mirror Match and Water Pond. If they don't leave any damage, this does nothing. The Budew is basically for Dragapult, but I haven't seen any Dragapults in the last, I don't know, 10 matches. So I'm really questioning, is this deck even going to be viable in the future if Patrat is going to be thrown into any deck that really can utilize it? I have one Xerosic here just for the Alakazam shenanigans, and yeah. I mean, obviously the deck is going to change with Arwen, without Arwen, and without the counter catchers. But damn, that just feels really bad. I feel like they wanted to prevent another Guardy deck, and the Patrat is just going to negate all of this. Sure, you can hit into the Patrat, you can still move your 30, you can still place damage counters with Dragapult, because of course Dragapult is still gonna be meta. I mean, makes sense. If you're going to release a Greninja, you're going to say you can't move damage from one Pokemon to another instead of placing damage counters, or else Dragapult is unplayable and the Greninja is also useless, and that's going to be like the chase card, the chase Pokemon in the deck, so obviously you want this. Oh sure, you need the Shaymin for the Ogerpon Olithina. What's it called, that Pokemon? You know what I mean, the one that does I think it's 120. Am I mistaken? Let's just see at the deck. Let's Google anything. Oli here, the Arbivola. Yeah, it says choose one of your opponent's Pokemon 6 times. You can choose the same Pokemon more than once. For each time you choose a Pokemon, do 20 damage to it. Yeah, so 120. Actually, if someone plays the Arbivola and I have the Shaymin, I feel pretty good in the matchup because I can simply do my shenanigans with Devo and also just punching into whatever they're offering me. Also, the Mega Frost is coming in clutch here. The problem is it's still a grass deck and I'm not doing much if they are just having a great start and I'm not. So yeah, that's kind of the issue. I'm a bit sad, to be honest. I don't think Grimm is going to be unplayable, but it's definitely not going to be an S tier deck. In my locals, at least, the Alakazam suffer from all of the Xerosics that everyone has in their deck. That's why I really like the deck that I saw. I also thought about this. The one deck that I saw with the Lopunny, the Mega Lopunny. Because you have an attacker that can cycle, that can always do 230 if you have your worms. I mean, not always. I mean, you put it in the front and then you probably need a balloon or something. But then you could constantly cycle your Mega Lopunny, and then the matchup against other decks is going to be way, 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 way better. So I think I'm going to gravitate toward that because I feel like the Ogerpon is fun, the cornerstone, but the setup is just too slow for me, and I can punch into the Ogerpon, and this can also punch into the Empoleon, right? The Metagross Empoleon deck. Yeah, the Honchkrow is really cool. I really like the Honchkrow, but I do feel that the Energy Search is horrible, so I had to add a Hilda. I just had to. But then the factory isn't as powerful and yada yada, you know the rest. I also would love to have more than one Night Stretcher, if I'm totally honest. The problem with Articuno is that if you meet an Alakazam deck that plays the Fanrotom, they're just going to cycle the Fanrotom indefinitely and punch into all of your basics, which makes it so that you still have to evolve and still have to punch into them to be quicker. So that is actually not the best matchup, if I'm honest. So I don't know if 2 Articunos are even necessary. I really like the Sneasel. Sometimes I just can't get that big KO. And then I can simply bench snipe, which is very good for late game and for mid game when they think, oh, I just simply retreat. I have the one water energy here just to be able to attack with the Articuno at times. At times, that's actually really useful. 120 with the Team Rocket's energy isn't too shabby. And yeah, and that's helpful. But if they play the Lopunny, or if they just cycle the Rotoms and have the Jet Energy and whatnot, it's actually not a very great matchup, because you're not allowed to break, and every Honchkrow player knows that this deck has its issues. I thought that was cool. Don't think I'm fast enough with the energies. Mewtwo is really cool, unless you start with a Clefairy. But it's actually really cool, really strong deck. I think that's going to be one of the more meta defining decks, to be honest, because you're so flexible. You're one-shotting dark type decks for weakness. You have the Mewtwo to hit to resist other decks, metal decks, fire decks, whatever. And then you can also do the Sneasel thing. You can copy the Terra Crystals. You have free retreat, so Giovanni is way more powerful. You have the max belt. You can search out your energies, which is really cool. Yeah, so on that note, I feel that this deck is very flexible, but it still has its issues. And the Okidogi Mega Lucario deck is fun, but I think Okidogi is just going to be way stronger with the promo that came out with Perfect Order. What's it called? The Barbernacle? I don't even know what that Pokemon is called. Let's just search for... Where are the filters? I think here. Nope. Yeah, I'm not really used to doing the whole... Maybe I need to edit the... Okay, sort by... energy type. Let's do it like this. Why can't I simply do this? Okay, perfect. I don't know if we have this Pokemon already available. Maybe I am uninformed. But come on, give me a break. I've been playing for a little over a year now. Let's see. I don't actually see it. No. It will come out with the next set. You know what I mean? The one that lets you attach two fighting energies to your fighting Pokemon. Riolu, you know, if you play Riolu with Makuhita, it's just stronger, I feel like, because Makuhita does 210, which is insane. And the Okidogi doesn't really do much if you don't have the Prism energies. So I just feel like the Okidogi is going to be way stronger after you get... Like, you can play with Monkey, you can play it with Ursaluna, you can have more decks in it, you're not giving up a 3-prizer, yada yada. So we're going to see. I'm just tired of Dragapult. I'm not saying Dragapult is bad. I do have a Dragapult deck, but I just want to see something fresh. I just don't want to see the same thing over and over again. And when I'm looking at the City Leaks, it's basically just some Ogerpon variant, either with Venusaur, with Meganium, or in some box. Or you have Dragapult, you have Alakazam, and you have... What else? Here and there some rogue stuff happening. But we're going to have a very different outcome when this hits Western market, because our playstyle isn't best of 1, but best of 3. And we usually also have more cups where there are more players involved, so the City Leaks with only 16 players can be a bit limiting information-wise. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I also am thinking of something maybe in this direction, but the problem is, once again, all of the grass running around. Maybe with more brute bonnets, it's gonna be fun instead of the Absol, but yeah, you never know. Okay, see ya.